Hi, this is Dr. Sherry Shabowski from Medical Education in Minutes, and this is another classic clinical presentation. And today we're going to meet Holly Dahl. Meet Holly Dahl, a 48-year-old healthy and active female who recently had a hormonal intrauterine device removed after 5 years. She's a teacher and recently was lecturing out of town when she developed a severe and sudden, sharp, well localized central chest pain. It was pretty intense, but lasted only a few seconds. She had never felt anything like this before. It went away quickly, so she did not think much more of it. 2 days later, the exact same pain recurred while she was driving. Again, it went away quickly, but now she had had it twice, so she was a bit concerned. That evening, she was watching TV and started to feel like she had a strap tightening around her chest, squeezing her so tight that she felt like she could not take a breath. This pain would not go away. She wasn't sure what was causing it, but with the two previous pains and now this intense, persistent, unexplained squeezing, she decided to go to the emergency room. In the ER, they did an EKG immediately and found changes consistent with an anterior wall myocardial infarction or heart attack. She couldn't understand that. She had no medical problems, no family history. She was very active. She did not smoke or use drugs. The doctor told her that her blood tests showed a troponin of 35,000, which strongly suggested that the heart attack was causing severe damage. When the cardiologist did an echocardiogram, Holly's left ventricular function was markedly reduced, so she was taken promptly to the cardiac cath lab. The typical cause of a heart attack occurs when there is a rupture of an atherosclerotic plaque and subsequent clot formation. This obstructs the coronary artery, causing the distal tissue to die. It is like a clogged drain that becomes completely obstructed. It is more often seen in older individuals with known risk factors for atherosclerotic or arterial disease. So there's no surprise that Holly was completely confused. In the cath lab, the doctor identified a surprise. The patient had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection that resulted in a complete obstruction of the left anterior coronary artery. There are three layers in the arteries. Externally, you have the adventitia. Then there is a thick layer of muscle called the media, and the endothelial lining is called the intima. With a coronary artery dissection, there is a tear in the intima that allows intraluminal blood to track into the wall of the artery, thereby dissecting the vessel through the media. If there is enough blood in the dissection, it can actually block the flow of blood through the normal lumen, as seen in the illustration, causing obstruction to flow and a heart attack. The cardiologist opened up the vessel and reestablished blood flow. Holly's ventricular function began to improve shortly after. Performing percutaneous coronary artery intervention may be technically difficult in these cases. The risk is that the manipulation could cause worsening of the dissection. Stent placement is also challenging since the vessel is already damaged. A surgical bypass of the vessel may be necessary, particularly if the vessel has significant damage. Now the cardiologist needs to explain what happened to Holly. Holly, in the cath lab, we were able to reestablish blood flow to your ventricle, and it is already functioning much better. Your heart attack had a very rare cause. I think this explanation will help you to understand why you had a heart attack when you really have no risk factors. Your heart attack was caused by a spontaneous coronary artery dissection, or SCAD, which is pretty rare. Your arteries have three layers: a thin intimal layer, a thick muscular layer, and an outer adventitia. An arterial dissection is caused by a tear in the inner layer that allows blood from the lumen to track into the muscular wall. This blood within the wall can cause the coronary artery to be blocked from the outside. Yours was completely blocked, and that is why you were having the symptoms of a heart attack. Aortic dissections are much more common than coronary artery dissections, and to me at least, they make more sense. In the case of an aortic dissection, the pulse pressure that is built up by isometric volume contraction of the left ventricle, followed by the explosive release of blood into the aorta, when the pressure exceeds that of the aorta, may cause intimal damage. That makes sense. It's a huge force. This may lead to the dissection of blood into the arterial wall. This occurs most often in patients with uncontrolled hypertension. Also, those with abnormal blood vessels, like people who have connective tissue disorders. And it happens because these chronic high forces or abnormal vessels are damaged. Now, in the case of the coronary arteries, the vessels are backfilled. After that blood explodes out of the left ventricle into the aorta, when it slams back against the aortic valve, there are openings called ostia that allow the blood to backflow and fill the coronary arteries. But this is at a very low pressure. So the mechanism of dissection in this case is less clear. It is a bit of a head scratcher. Why did you get this? Most people don't ever find out why they had a spontaneous coronary dissection. It is known that there are hormonal factors that may predispose women to SCADs. Estrogen and progesterone fluctuations during pregnancy and the postpartum period, in addition to people who are using hormonal therapy, these things have all been implicated as associated with spontaneous coronary artery dissections. This is likely why it happened to you. Other possibilities include physical exertion and intense emotional trauma. There are certain genetic mutations that may increase the risk of SCAD. Connective tissue disorders such as fibromuscular dysplasia or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome may also cause an increased risk. Atherosclerosis may play a role, and drugs such as cocaine and amphetamines may increase the risk. But in many cases, the cause remains unknown. Those sharp pains you felt may have been the clue, since vascular tears cause abrupt, brief, and severe pain. All in all, it is hard to know that the cause of the heart attack is a SCAD until we are in the vessel and looking directly at the occlusion in the cath lab. SCAD is the leading cause of heart attacks in women less than 50 years old, and those women are typically healthy. So that definitely matches you. Your dissection was in the proximal left anterior descending artery that supplies the majority of the left ventricle. The left ventricle is responsible for pumping the blood into your whole body. So this could have been catastrophic if we didn't fix it. We were able to reestablish that blood flow, but the artery was damaged, and there is a risk that it could happen again. We will start you on medications, beta blockers, and dual antiplatelet therapy in an attempt to prevent recurrences. But you will need to return immediately if you have any symptoms that are reminiscent of this event. Holly is ultimately discharged, but let's check up on her 3 months later. Holly is back to exercising regularly, and she is feeling great. Thank you, doctor. This is a presentation of Medical Education in Minutes that you can find on YouTube or at www.medicaleducationinminutes.com. If you check me out on YouTube, please like and subscribe. See you next time.